Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Turfway Park here on Wednesday. It's the 3rd of January 2024. Gonna look at the 6th race from Turfway, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Let's look at the featured 6th race from Turfway, which if I'm not mistaken, this is the same race that Idiomatic last year won to begin her season and then go on to win everything in her division. But the 6th race from Turfway, it's allowance optional claimer per $74,000 versus fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and upwards. Never won $7,500 other than the main claim starter, or it's never won 2 races. Optional claim price $25,000. We have a field of 8 horses going 2,000 meters or a mile and a quarter on the all-weather Tapeta surface. I'm going to take the number 6 horse here. When the dawn breaks, let's go 6154 in the superfecta. 6154 super, top selection of 6 horse. When the dawn breaks, this 5-year-old mare by Go Zapper here. Brad Cox trains, gets Concepcion up in the saddle. The horse's most recent outing came the 4th of November at Churchill, a mile 16th allowance race for $130,000, and he finished second by 2 lengths that day. They were going a good pace up front, but he sat back early. He was a little bit wide, but he was gaining that day. A little bit more ground, like a mile and 1/8. He would have really made the race interesting late, but not a bad race after all said and done. Prior to that, mid-August at Ellis, a mile and a quarter and allowance race, $74,000. He finished 3rd by neck that day, and he broke on top that day from the inside rail to get good position, and he was on the front and, dueling most of the way around. He got caught in the lane. Off the bench, he ran his heart out, but first start in, since the previous October, he probably needed the race there. And then prior to that, Indiana, a mile 16th in October 2022, and an allowance race, $38,000. Finished 3rd by neck that day, and he was very wide. He just missed closing up from nowhere that day. Even the race before in the Simpson Oaks at Canterbury, 1 mile in June of 2022, he finished 2nd by head. Again, stupidly wide, but he was gaining that day. He goes up a lot with the longer trip, coming here training well locally. I'm going to give him a shot at 6-5 on the ticket. I think the 1 horse here can't keep me down for Mike Maker, and Ramos can get a trip to win. Nearly won 2 back, nearly won 4 back in Kentucky Downs, 1 mile in that start allowance race where he finished 2nd by a nose, and he just had a troubled trip from a tracking trip, but he just missed late, but he ran his heart out that day. Came back to run in the slop at Belmont at Aqueduct over the mile, where he won by 4 1/4 lengths on the front end, and then he just had a terrible trip at Keelan. Going a mile 3/16 on Keelan's turf course, you're breaking on the outside, you're breaking on the top of the stretch on the outside rail, and he did just that, breaking from 12 of 12. He left to get good position. He didn't also break so good, which cost him, and he just completely hit the walls late that day. Callie's Grit's a decent horse who won that day. And then last time out on the dirt at Churchill, mile Nathan allowance race, finished 6th by 20 lengths that day. Again, didn't get out of the gate so clearly and just was lackadaisical. I think this horse has been crying out for another longer trip. Getting an inside poster here today, could be forwardly paced. She could win. I'll use her on the ticket. But to recount my selection for the 6 from Turfway, gonna take the 6 horse when the dawn breaks. Give kudos to the 1 horse can't keep me down. 6154 super, 6-1 in the multi race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5. Good luck, everybody.